Welcome to the Style Sports Hub, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics.
Hey everybody, welcome to the SportsHub Podcast presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics, Plaza Lincoln and Plaza Cadillac. I'm your host, Kyle Coppola. Today we are on talking with Lake-Sumter State College Volleyball. We got Head Coach Alisa Wintersdorf on with us and Anna Evans, one of the players for Lake-Sumter State College. Thank you both for coming on.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
We are so excited for your season. Of course, you're coming off of a year that you came off 9-12 last season, but you've rebuilt the roster, a lot of new faces as well. Coach, can you tell us a little bit about the upcoming season?
Yeah, absolutely. We are looking forward to a new start. Like you said, kind of got hired right 2 days before season last year. We jumped right into it. It was a whirlwind of a series of unfortunate events that happened. One of our leaders tore her ACL during preseason. We had that series of hurricanes that canceled 6 home games for us. So it was just kind of, an unfortunate thing. And I decided this year that I really wanted just to give everybody a fresh start, ready to start brand new. I also wanted to bring the community back to the state college. So we were bringing in a lot of local girls, a lot of freshmen. And then, like you said, we've brought Anna in. She is our only returning sophomore this year. So we're really excited for a fresh start.
Yeah, Anna, you returned to the college this season after a great freshman season. Tell us a little bit about what brought you to Lake-Sumter State College, because you're originally from Reno, Nevada, so you've come across the country to be at Lake-Sumter State College. What was so attractive about the college for you?
I'd say the biggest thing for me, I grew up in a really mountainous town, I guess you could say. Super high elevation. I really wanted a change of scenery. Yeah. Was born and raised there, so I've always been super attracted to the beach and warm weather. So a whole bunch of my family actually moved down to Naples. I spent a whole bunch of time down there when they first moved there. So I knew that I loved Florida from the first time I visited. So I started looking at schools here, started emailing some coaches. And Lake-Sumter was just one of the places that gave me one of the best opportunities. When I came to visit, I met a whole bunch of the girls. It seemed like a very friendly environment, and just the best opportunity. And being a JUCO, that's a great stepping stone for your future, seeing where you can go from there and getting your AA in your first 2 years, and then just seeing where you can go from there, I guess.
And the sky's the limit as well. You come, and I love the location of Lake-Sumter State College too. It's not too far from Orlando, not too far from either coast as well. I think that makes it an attractive place for a lot of players, Coach.
Yeah, I agree, and it's actually a really attractive campus. We travel to a lot of different campuses, and we have access to, really beautiful campus, a lot of really great things. We were just talking earlier about our upgraded locker rooms and facilities. So I think it just does make it a good opportunity.
Yeah, and no matter what you're studying, too. I mean, you're close to the University of Central Florida. You're close to UF. A lot of these other schools, and just the resources that you have as well at the school, which is super exciting. So coming off of your freshman season, what are you most looking forward to in 2025?
The thing I'm looking most forward to, I think, is being able to lead the team in a direction of just connectivity, I guess. Mm-hmm. Last year, it was we were all just kind of thrown together. There's not a whole bunch of connectivity on the team. So being a captain this year, I think that's the biggest thing that I want to implement is connectivity with our team, just have a good season, have a family bond. And that just makes everything so much more fun.
So obviously, you, Coach, coming from last year, you kind of put the team together at the last second, coming on right before the season. You've had an entire off season to put things together this season. What was that like?
Completely different. Like you said, I just kind of stepped foot. Most of the players had already been recruited, and a lot of times when coaches leave, players leave, so you're having to fill in gaps. I spent this season knowing that I did want to bring in a lot of local girls and bring in the talent that we did have here in Lake and Sumter County. So I spent a lot of time watching, getting to know them. Like she said, we're really looking to find a team that has that connection, that can work together. And that's what I went and found. I watched for long periods of time just to see if they were the kind of player that would fit into that type of culture. Spent a lot of time recruiting and doing that just to make sure that they'd be a good cultural fit, not even just, playing wise.
So being a sophomore now, you're an upperclassman at the school, not quite to a junior or senior level yet, but what is it like, because you actually coach some of these girls that are coming into Lake-Sumter State College this year, and we'll talk a little bit about that, but what was that like kind of coming into your sophomore year and being a leader?
I would say it was nice to get to learn their playing styles, and as their coach last year, I think it was just good to learn them as players and learn how they play and learn how they communicate, and then implementing that. It was a great stepping stone to being able to be not only their coach and then their leader, but just knowing how they play and knowing how I can talk to them or communicate with them to just make them a better teammate, make them a better player, just know how they play on the court just really helped.
I think that's a huge advantage as well, getting kids into coaching, because they can see the game from a different vantage point. I mean, it certainly helped with your career as well, Coach. Now, of course, the head coach of Lake-Sumter State College, but you were a player yourself back in the day. What kind of advantage does that give a player to kind of see it from a different standpoint?
It's a huge advantage. Right now, there's a lot of talent out there and a lot of talent that plays at the same level, but the way they think about the game and the way that they understand the game is kind of what separates them. And getting that coaching side of it really gives you a different vision, a different aspect, and things that they can learn. And then they come back and they use it. And you can see it in their playing that they're using a lot of the knowledge that they learned as coaches now as players.
And as far as volleyball goes, how has it changed from when you were a player? I mean, it seems like every single year there's so many athletes that we have in Lake and Sumter County, and a great crop of athletes, not just at the high school level, but even at the collegiate level. You're starting to see now players come from all sorts of blocks of life to want to play at Lake-Sumter State College.
Oh yeah, the growth is incredible since the time that I played. I did play at Lake-Sumter before transferring to Stetson. And at that time, there was a lot of opportunities. And those opportunities seem to keep getting smaller just because the growth in the sport and how competitive it's gotten, what a young age they've started at, and the recruiting process has completely changed. So the growth, I think, is the biggest change since I've played.
And of course, a 2-year program Lake-Sumter State College is at. So what is it like when you have freshmen and sophomore coming in, but you don't have like the junior or senior leadership? So what is that like at a JUCO?
It's very interesting because the leadership is going to change and it's going to change often. And so when you step into those leadership roles, it has to be fast. It can't just be something that you've earned over time. You've got to earn your respect and your, the respect of your team and your players in a very short amount of time. And then you have to teach those ones to be leaders because it has to just kind of be this continuous process because there's a lot of changeover.
What is the biggest thing, Anna, that you've learned playing for Lake-Sumter State College?
Probably just learning to, live on my own. I think that's like the biggest thing is just figuring out how to manage school, volleyball, living on my own, feeding myself. Like that's just one of the biggest things that I've had to learn. And honestly, I love it. I love the independence of it. And I think it's really made me grow as a person. Going back for summer and spending time with my family, it's been great, but it's also such a big change, and I love it. I love the change, and I love being independent. So,
what's the change like then to Florida? Because I'm a transfer player from the Northeast, lived in Boston for most of my life, and then came down here about 10 years ago. Seen a lot of change, but what's Florida been like for you since you moved here?
I've loved it. It's definitely hot and humid, but that's something that you have to get used to. Compared to the cold and the dry, I think it's so much better. Also, playing at sea level is a lot easier.
She mentions play at sea level. A lot of people don't realize how high up in the mountains Nevada can get.
Yeah.
And, on the lungs, everything changes. Even if you play out in Colorado, when you're a mile high, you definitely feel that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen girls get altitude sickness and all kinds of things when we travel over there to play. It's a completely different world.
Yeah, definitely a different world. We're going to learn more about Anna Evans in just a moment. We're going to take our first break here on the Sports Hub. When we come back, we'll have more with Lake-Sumter State College volleyball.
Is pain or restricted range of motion keeping you on the sidelines? Get back in the game with expert orthopedic care from UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics. UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics provides robotic-assisted surgical joint repairs and replacements, post-operative care, and inpatient rehabilitation services, all close to home, right here in Lake and Sumter counties. And for those unexpected injuries, UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics offers convenient walk-in and same-day appointments. To learn more or to schedule an appointment with one of their specialists, call 352-323-5665.
Hey everybody, we are back here on the Sports Hub Podcast presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics, Plaza Lincoln, and Plaza Cadillac. I'm your host, Kyle Coppola. We are on right now with Head Coach Alisa Wintersdorf along with Anna Evans with Lake-Sumter State College Volleyball. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
We were just talking before the break about the season and what we can most look forward to. Coach, you've got a lot of young players coming in this season. A lot of players, we got 2 from Eustis, a couple from Tavares. Talk a little bit about your team.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got 6 girls just from Lake and Sumter counties. We've got 2 from Eustis, 1 from Umatilla, 1 from Tavares, 1 from Leesburg, and our returner from Lake Mineola. So we're very excited for that. We've also brought in some talent from, just down the street. We've got our setter coming in from Winter Park. We have another middle coming in from Trinity, so just down the street. So we just have our sole out-of-state player left, but we're very excited to have all of them.
We are super excited for you, and a lot of those players were part of the national championship team last year. Like Brooke Fintak was on that team, Sammy Beatty was on that team. She's coming up this season, had a great season for Tavares High School, and so did Brooke Fintak for Eustis High. They're coming off of a huge season, especially for Tavares, made the FHSA playoffs last year. What are you most looking forward to as far as the roster goes and kind of the rotations that you're going to be getting in this year?
I'm looking forward to just them making an immediate impact. I think sometimes that's hard as a freshman to come in and do that, but they've been playing at that level. They've experienced that level, and I think they're really, truly ready to just step in and take that role on this court. And JUCO, that's really important because, like we said, there's it's a lot of changeover really quickly. You have to make an impact as a freshman, as a sophomore, instead of waiting for that 3rd and 4th year. You get to make that immediate impact, and I think that they're going to be able to do that.
And one of those players, of course, making an impact is Anna Evans, and she's on with us today. Anna from Reno, Nevada, but you play here at Lake-Sumter State College, and just coming off of a really exciting season for you. You chose Lake-Sumter State College because it's, of course, in a warm environment. You're down at sea level. It's been a lot of fun to hear about what you like, but you're also pursuing a business degree and potentially a degree in interior design as well. Can you tell us a little bit about those interests?
Yeah, so I grew up with parents who were both in business environments. So I knew that that's something that I wanted to pursue. I've always been super creative, and I would love to look at spaces and just think in my mind how I can make it better and just decorate it and put it all together in my mind. So interior design is something that I've always been interested in. My dad is currently a real estate broker in Reno, Nevada. He does commercial real estate, so getting to see all the stuff that he does with all those different huge buildings is awesome. So yeah, something with interior design and architecture that's just super interesting to me.
I certainly think Florida is a good place to be for that as well. Florida just exploding with growth currently, not just this area, but just all around Florida. You mentioned Horizons taking off, Claremont is taking off, just all around the state. There's so many opportunities for interior design. There's a lot of opportunities for no matter what you're going to at Lake-Sumter State College to have opportunities in the state to continue your career, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that athletics is a huge way to get there as well. I have my beach partner from Stetson is now designing football stadiums. She works for the Jags, and she gets a lot of their design opportunities and stuff, and got those opportunities through sports and through, coaches and mentors she met while playing.
Yeah, and that's so cool when you hear stuff like that as well, from coach and just players that have come through and are now on to bigger things in their lives. Obviously, sports is important, but academics is just as important. How important are academics for you?
They're pretty important, especially being a student athlete. You never want to fall behind. You never want to be the person in class that's not turning in assignments on time, and you always want to be on top of it, not only because of academics being as important, if not more important than your sport, but you can't have one without the other. So eligibility is a huge deal, and to be able to have that eligibility, you have to have those grades and be able to turn things in on time and be able to stay up on top of your school.
And Lake-Sumter State College as a whole has grown so much academically. There's so many things offered at the school now. How exciting is that to know how Lake-Sumter State College has grown? They're not just in Leesburg. They've got the Claremont campus, many different satellite campuses as well. So it's really exciting for what is coming in the next 10 to 20 years. You think about how this school has grown just since the 1980s. It's just exploded with growth, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now it's allowing us to grow in athletics. The track and field, cross country, golf, they're all held at the South Lake campus, which allows baseball, softball, and volleyball to be at the Leesburg campus. And I think it's going to continue to let us grow. It's also giving girls opportunities. Dual enrollment is a really big thing in high school. So a lot of these girls are coming in, have taken a lot of courses already or already have their AA, but now we're offering a lot of 4-year programs and a lot of certificates. So it kind of gives girls opportunities to still come to a community state college rather than going to a university right away, even if they've already spent that time and have already earned those degrees. It's just giving a lot more opportunities.
Well, opportunities come to Lake-Sumter State College, and one of those opportunities was the locker room this season. You guys have a brand new locker room. If you haven't seen it, we're going to post some photos about it soon, but talk a little bit about the refresh of the locker room. It came out beautiful, Coach.
Absolutely. We were very excited to have use of our locker room this year. Last season, it was in the midst of being redone, so we didn't have access to any locker room. So they're excited just to have one. But when I walked in the first time, it had not been changed since I played there in 2008, and I'm pretty sure it hadn't been changed at that point for a long time. That was actually a really big recruiting tool for me this year. Girls, when they walk into that locker room, are really, really impressed. We've got top notch of everything in there. We'll have to post those pictures, but it turned out beautifully.
Yeah, and what is it? What were your thoughts on it when you walked in for the first time this season and saw that locker room?
I thought it was amazing. Last season, we didn't get a lot of locker room time as a team. So this season, I was really looking forward to just those bonding moments in the locker room before a game. We play our music and we do our games, and it's just a big bonding point. We love to spend time with each other in there before practice, after practice, before games. It's just a great time to be together.
What's been your favorite memory at Lake-Sumter State College so far?
I love traveling with the team. The bus rides, it may not seem the best, but it's always so much fun. We love to play games on the bus. We love to laugh, and we love to sing. We love to have fun on the bus. So it just gives us a good amount of time to just connect and get to learn each other on a deeper level. And yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Anna mentions the traveling. You guys have a big tournament that you're going to, and the first 4 games of the season are going to be played in North Carolina. Talk a little bit about that trip, Coach.
Yeah, actually, we're heading out tomorrow at 3 a.m., and then we play at 3 p.m. But we're very, very excited. So we'll be leaving on a bus tomorrow morning. We've got our first 2 matches tomorrow, and then our next 2 matches will be on Saturday morning before we head back. But 4 pretty important matches, all against great schools. We're heading to Cape Fear Community College, where we'll be playing some other schools like the College of Southern Maryland, we will be playing Montgomery College. We'll also be playing Cape Fear. So lots of opportunities to see what it is we really have on our team and see what we can do.
Yeah, are the girls excited? I mean, I could imagine they're ready to go this season.
Yeah, I think that the girls are really excited. They know that what we've got and what opportunities that we're going to have this season if we can put in the work and, stick together, because I think it's going to be a really great season.
For you, Anna, what would be a successful season for you this year? Some people say wins and losses. Some people just say having fun. For you, what would define a successful season for you?
Probably a winning record. Last season, we didn't get the privilege of having a winning record. So I think this season, once we learn to play together and learn to each other's strengths and each other's weaknesses, we can learn to work off of that. And we have a lot of talent this season, so I'm excited to see how everyone does. But I think we're going to be winning some games this year and having some fun with it.
Yeah, there's so much talent this year. I also, Alexis DeLand is on the team this year. She's from Leesburg High School. Leesburg High School, it's been a long time since they've had a decent volleyball team. It's great to see that school starting to get their volleyball program under wraps too. Alexis DeLand, talk a little bit about her coach. She comes on to the team this season as well.
Yeah, we're really excited to have Lexi. Leesburg is my alma mater, so I'm always a little biased towards them, but I'm so glad to see Mackenzie Hicks, who also is an alumni of Lake-Sumter, taking over that program. She's doing such an incredible job with them. Lexi also played for a local club, Buffalo, and she had a wonderful 18 season as well. She's one that has come in and she's kind of silent and quiet, and you don't know that she's coming, but she has worked her butt off this preseason. She's continued to improve every day, and I think that she's going to have a really great season.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch you guys develop as the season goes along. We'll take one final break here on the Sports Hub, and when we come back, we'll wrap things up next.
Plaza Cadillac in Leesburg invites you to experience our most iconic lineup ever.
Lisa Lyric, the best-selling luxury EV in the U.S. for only $429 per month. Or choose APR as low as 4.4% and savings of $2,000 on our 3-row XT6 or remaining 24 XT5s.
Because at Plaza Cadillac, our drive to be the best starts with you. Highway 441 across from the Leesburg Airport.
Hey everybody, we are back here on the Sports Hub with Lake-Sumter State College Volleyball. I just wanted to touch on what you got going on as far as strength and conditioning. You got a brand new coach this season. How has that been going for you all?
It's been going really well. I'm so excited to have a strength and conditioning coach that really puts her time and her effort into us, and she's done a great job just teaching us how to take care of our bodies, and she's really going to help us this season, I think, grow and just become better athletes.
Yeah, you said as well that you enjoy getting in the gym, you enjoy working out and doing things. How has that been with the team as well? Have they embraced that?
Yeah, I think they've all come in with an open mind and just been ready to listen and been ready to learn about how this working out and lifting and conditioning can really strengthen our game this season.
Even at the high school level, we've seen strength and conditioning continue to be a strong point. How important is it to have brought that to the Lakehawks this season, Coach?
It's so important, especially these kids are starting to play at really young ages now, and taking care of their bodies and making sure that they're doing the right movements and things is just so important. We spent preseason trying to figure out what our vision was going to be for this season. We wanted to get to know each other and, again, know our strengths and our weaknesses and come up with what we thought truly would be a vision for us. Mm-hmm. And the girls kind of focused on 3 words, and it was outwork, outlast, and outplay. And those are going to be the 3 things that we're focusing on. That outlast part really comes from that strength and conditioning piece and taking care of their bodies and being trained properly and avoiding injuries, and all of those things kind of falls into that category. So it's a big part.
Yeah, definitely a big part. And also a big part of Lake-Sumter State College this season is Jay Miller. He was named the athletic director of the college. Talk a little bit about Coach Miller and what he brings.
Yeah, we're really excited that he was named athletic director. He loves this program. He loves the girls. He's going to do everything that he can to make sure that they're getting exactly what they deserve. And you can already see the changes that he's started to implement. So we're really excited to have him named as our AD.
Yeah, as far as an athletic director, can you talk a little bit about Coach Miller as well?
I haven't spent a lot of time with Coach Miller, but I do spend some time with the softball girls, and he is also the softball coach, so all of them love him so much. One of his biggest assets is that mental health is the most important thing to him. He's always there making sure we're okay, and he is just a great guy, great person to have on campus. So I'm really excited to have him on campus and watching over us all the time.
The mental health of athletes is a big, strong point as well. It's something that a lot of colleges touch on. How important is the mental health aspect, Coach? Oh,
it's huge. It's a growing concern for us, and especially with young females. And they're going through a lot of changes, a lot of responsibility, a lot of pressure on their shoulders. And I think it's so important that we keep that in the forefront of things and just making sure that they're okay before anything else. Volleyball is also a very mental game, so you have to be in your best mental capacity to be able to be successful at it. So we want to make sure that we're keeping them in that space.
Absolutely. Well, I just wanted to thank both of you for coming on to the show today, and we're so excited for your season. I hope you have a great season at Lake-Sumter State College, and it gets started this week. So very, very excited for you all.
We appreciate you having us. Thank you.
Absolutely. That's going to wrap things up for this edition of the Sports Hub. For Lake-Sumter State College, along with UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics, Plaza Lincoln, and Plaza Cadillac, I'm Kyle Coppola. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next edition.
This has been the Style Sports Hub, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics.